hello there. Okay, so, not quite sure what's wrong with Restream. We will be able to go ahead and do the stream though. I just had to open up a secondary window in Firefox for the Twitch chat. I'm not sure why, but for some reason Restream isn't putting Twitch chat. It's only putting YouTube chat into Restream, which is really weird. Hello, Arctic. It's good to see you. Very good to see you. Okay, let me just put, I'm gonna put Restream over there. Oh, this, this also means that, we will not have, the chat on screen, so don't expect to see it in the little box. Until I can fix it. Thankfully I have tomorrow off, so I'll have all day to figure out what's wrong with Restream chat. Hello there, how do I say the name? Vionorp. It's Eno. Yes. Hello. Hello friend. Hello Conrad. It is very good to see you. Do you stream on that account, by the way? Have you started streaming on Twitch? Because I'd love to go and give you a follow. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, whether you stream or not. Let me... No, you're not streaming here. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and, give you a, follow in case you change your mind and you do start streaming on Twitch. Okay. So, yep, if this is your first time here, this is Salt and Sanctuary. Last time we played, we fought a kind of like deific moth creature with like light attacks. That was really cool. Since then, I ran around the map a little bit, explored some areas to see if I was missing any items that I can now access. I got very few new items. I did get this, which is the Kismet Stone. A delicate ring carved of a solid chunk of precious gem. Adventurers always seek pilfered prizes, but it seems that whether a slain foe spoils or all trash or treasure always comes down to luck. Increase your item find rate. So this is a very good item because we need certain drops to max out our allegiance to our sanctuary. So this will help us quite a bit. Go ahead and put a couple of these bufferoonies back on. Let's do that there. Oh, we did get this. We have this vial now. Forgot you left last stream earlier to sleep. Yeah. You didn't, I mean, it was cool what happened, but like you didn't miss any like huge story developments if you've been following the story. Well, I guess they have been pretty big story developments. Like, there hasn't been any like cutscenes or anything. I don't think there will be any cutscenes, but like so far, so what we figured out for the lore, there's something off about this island. Either this island itself is some type of demon, or there's a demon living on the island and it's pulling in ruins from other civilizations across the world, and they're, oh whoops, I kind of moved in front of my hand in front of the camera there. It's pulling in civilizations from across the world, and that's why we have the Ziggurat, we have the Dome of the Forgotten, we have all these different areas, and they don't belong here. They're from different places around the world, but they're getting pulled in by some type of creature that was created. And one example of that is the moth creature that we fought, that most definitely has been probably worshipped, and a viewer of mine had a really interesting theory. How in the hell do I have two guns? What? That's interesting. Someone in my chat had a really interesting theory that the moth creature reminded them of the deity that we chose at the start of the game. Devara's Light. And I think very likely that that deity probably was discovered either through it showing itself or people finding it. And people probably started to worship it, and then over time, most likely, they probably kind of changed their idea of what their god looked like, and eventually we got Devara, which is a very humanoid, kind of like motherly character, whereas in actuality, it's a, you know, very inhuman maw creature. So, I like that theory a lot. That theory sounds very plausible. We see that a lot in history when civilizations found religions. The idea of what their god looks like during the early days of their religion is typically very, very different from what it ends up being years later. So I think that's a very likely scenario. I don't think that's very core integral to the plot. The main integral thing going on here is that there's some entity pulling stuff in here. It's full wicked thing. Shattered Islands, Broken Kings, ruler, he that was not ruled. Okay, nothing new there. I'm coming through here because I'm quite certain that there was something within the Call of Red Cages that we could not access without having our dash ability. So I'm trying to find out where and what that is. Yeah, I mean, they're interesting to learn about different cultures and whatnot. They are a interesting subject to specifically learn about. That's all I'll say about that. The best way to handle these dudes is to shoot them when they're going for their hit, and we can get a gun parry on them. There we go. So I have no idea where the area we're looking for is. Also, in my backtracking, I found out that we've missed a couple hidden doors. If we see something that looks like a hidden door, we have to walk up to it and press circle, and then the player will interact with it, and then it'll open. It's not like illusionary walls in Dark Souls 1, where you smack them, and they break open. That's also how they work in Symphony of the Night. That's the way that I prefer hidden rooms and walls to be, is that you break them open by smacking them. It just... Like, it's a much easier way to go around hitting stuff than to go around clicking an action button that will not do anything otherwise. Like, you know, if you're going around smacking stuff, it just feels kind of like natural to do that in gameplay. But going around hitting the action button on random walls does not feel natural. So I'm not really a fan of that approach. Dark Souls 2 also made it where you had to use the interaction button, and it was super annoying. This game came out like right around the time Dark Souls 2 came out, so they probably saw Dark Souls 2 do that, and decided that that was the approach they should go with, which I disagree with. But it doesn't seem the game has a huge amount of illusionary walls, just a couple. Whoops. Do we have any pending salt? Let me see here. Oh, we also got this, the wrapped link. I haven't tried it yet, but it increases our rolling speed, and I'm very excited for that. That'll be very good for boss fights. Okay, we do have some pending salt around here. Gonna put our Kismet back on. And, we'll replace the bandage ring with Salt Seeker. So how has everyone been doing? Be very curious to know how your day has been going. Rolling speed. So this is my roll. I click the R2 button, and I do a dodge roll. Dodge roll, dodge button. You know, you roll on the ground. If I put the ring on, we'll see how much this changes. Yeah, pretty big difference. You need to leave now. You still have classes. Sorry, stay till the end. You stream. Okay, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me that you came by at all. You have a wonderful day at classes. I hope they all go very well for you. It was very good of you to drop by. Oh, ouch, my legs. Oh, well, I didn't intend to push him off the ledge. Can't loot him that way, but oh well. Fun fact about these big boys. If I have the sword one-handed, then I can't stagger them, and they actually manage to get a hit on me if I'm just spamming the square button on them. But if I have it two-handed, they cannot. So having it two-handed makes that big of a difference. Yes. I thought the same exact thing. I don't think I would have had to have taken a shield out for Disemboweled Corpse if I had had that ring. Turns out we could have gotten the ring relatively early. You got it. I can't remember. I don't think you were here for the second stream of Salt and Sanctuary. I might be wrong, but we fought a, what's her name? It was like the Bloody Queen or something. Queen of Smiles. We fought this boss here in the second part. It was like right by her boss room. We had to interact with a false wall and click the interaction button on it, and we could have got it. You're here for the third one. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Been great. Just got scheduled for school. Oh, very, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. I often wish I had some form of higher education going on, but I don't really need any of that for what I'm doing in my career path, so it hasn't been something I've gone in to do. And also, I don't particularly want to have student debt, so it just wasn't in the cards for me, but I really love education. Here's our salt. I don't know why it sometimes runs away from us. There we go. That's a big heaping amount of salt. Oh, so this item that I got, this orange vial, I gave some resources to the leader of our covenant, our little religious sect or whatever, and he gave me the option to get an orange vial. This vial lets me heal the, like, decrease to my stamina bar, which is huge. I've been wanting something like that all game long. Oh no, oh that almost went very badly. This has probably been my favorite area in the game, is the Hall of Red Cages. And the castle directly above it, actually. I really like this area. Still don't know how to get in there. Oh, we'll still have problems with stamina. Like, we only have the one vial, but it will help a lot. I'm walking up to the walls, hitting the circle button, trying to see if there'll be a hidden room. Yeah, we gotta use it wisely. It's ironic that I like this area so much, because the area directly beneath it, the Haggar's Cave, I absolutely hate. I prefer the poison area and the forest to Haggar's. Haggar's was horrible. Oh no. Oh no, don't grab me while the flame skulls are trying to hit me. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, we're alright. Let's go ahead and maybe... No, we'll wait till we take a little bit more damage to mend. Mending lets us bring back that HP bar part that we've lost. It's like locked off. Yeah, I really hate the Ember Skulls. I went back and I was beating up the slimes so that I could get the slime that we needed to upgrade our covenant a little bit more. Turns out the slimes actually stagger quite easily if you have a blade weapon, so the reason the slimes were so terrible for us is because of the whip, which I'm not entirely surprised of. Souls games have mistreated whips in every single game. I've mentioned this quite a bit, but whips are very often a very inoptimal weapon because they don't scale properly, they don't properly stagger enemies. I mean, they're littered with problems, so I'm not at all surprised that the reason that the slimes were so bad is because of the whip. Okay, our stamina's at like half, so yeah, see, it doesn't get us back that much. It just gets us back a bit. Really looks like there'd be something here, but I'm interacting, I'm hitting, there's nothing there. I don't entirely remember if we've gone through here. This isn't particularly familiar. maybe a little bit familiar. Now that I come here, I seem to remember doing this. Yeah, I definitely remember this. Okay, take your time. Okay, we can get that now. That item there. It's behind a redshift barrier in the Haggar's Cave, to my understanding. That I remember that being there. This should be active now, so we can come up here now. Ah, here's a hidden room. Kran's Pass. Hello there. Greetings, fellow connoisseur of fine things. Quite keen of you to have found us. We're quite the secret group, you know, but we hold the most fantastic truth. What truth is it we hold? It's simple. There is no thing greater than splendor. Flesh rots away, it drips from the bone, everything becomes dust. But gold, adorn my body in it. When my flesh shears away, I will live on through my gold. Why am I preoccupied with the fleeting nature of flesh? Well, my friend, because it is. We have been afflicted by grey rot. Gold is our solace, it is our glorious aegis. The prophet gave us gold, the fool gave us wine. Why they men? Were they men or gods? Whoever they were, they surely saved this pocket of humanity. Gold gives us light, wine gives us warmth. How can I mourn my affliction when my heart shines so brightly? Shall we deal in gold then? Okay, you got fire pots, that's pretty cool. Big fan of that. Some flame arrows. Mask of Splendor. I'll take one. All kind of cool. So clearly what's going on here. Seek more gold. This is very much so a like he's like they're like the lepers in history, like the leper king of Israel wore a golden mask. You can actually play as that king in Darkest Dungeon, which is one of my favorite video games. I really like Darkest Dungeon. And yeah, that's definitely what's going on here. Is that they're supposed to be like lepers, grey rot being leprosy here. Don't think there was ever a situation where lepers were worshipping gold or anything like that. But my staff here. Oh dear. Oh dear. When in darkness, find light. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any case of lepers worshipping. Oh, can we level up here at this shrine? Worshipping gold? So I'm not exactly sure where they're getting that from. Maybe that's something I don't know the historical inspiration for that, or maybe that's something wholly unique they thought of, but it is a cool idea. I don't believe I've read the description of Pack Assault. No, I've read that. How much was it? I remember now we actually have this bar beneath the salt counter, and it shows us how close we're getting to the level up. Yes, like now we can level up. That's one of the really good UI features that they put in the game. I really like that. I always forget to use it though, because I'm not used to it being there in Souls games. We've kind of hit a point where I don't really know what to get with our skills. I'll grab this. I don't really know how much this helps us, because it lets us use better whips. It also grants 3 points of willpower, which determines our maximum stamina. Which is kind of why I'm taking it, because like I could definitely use some more stamina bar. But I don't think it's really like helping our damage or anything. I drove the bait hoist into the ground, making a fixed sentry of our friend, Meat. Then I unclasped my whip, a razor-sharp blade-tipped steel chain weapon, and lashed it at the monstrosity. The folly of Nolhar S22. We're gonna finish exploring the leftmost part of Hollow Cages before we take on Cran's paths over there. I'm really glad we ended up coming back to Hollow Cages. I really like this area. Ooh, wow, you're a spicy boy. Hello there. You did miss something a little bit interesting. We found a secret religion to the right, and I talked a little bit about what I think they're going for. I'll summarize for you since you said that you find the religious stuff interesting. We'll be heading back over there in a little bit, and I'll show them off to you a little. But basically, we found these people that are worshipping gold, and they suffer from an affliction called Grey Rot, and they have these gold masks. And I speculate that the inspiration for that is most likely the those whom suffered from leprosy. It's particularly the king of Jerusalem that suffered from leprosy and wore a golden mask. Okay, this seems to be the portion of the map that we've been to. I'm a bit confused how this loops back in, so... Hey, Up Game, good to see you. Please switch up. There we go. So... last stream, I think last time I saw you, I was getting ready to go through a poison area, so we went through that. We fought a monstrosity in there. We discovered a floating island. Now that we have, ooh, ouch. Now that we have abilities to traverse the map differently, like our air dash, we found a floating island. We went up there and we fought a moth deity that like uses light attacks. We beat her. Now I'm coming back through these areas, and I just found this little secret religion here, which I was talking about, and they worship gold, and they suffer from an affliction called Grey Rot. Uh-oh. Ouch. That almost went very badly. So that's a new status effect. You probably can get drunk from the wine. I'm actually gonna inspect the... How are we floating? That's interesting. Rich magenta wine. Its namesake comes from the lily red grapes it is made from. Quaff it to restore health, but don't quaff too much in a hurry. Iris wine. Rich, bluish wine. Its namesake comes from the iris grapes it is made from. Quaff to restore fatigue, but don't quaff too much in a hurry. Yeah, so it's all wine for these guys. How am I a wizard? Oh, there we go. Well, that didn't get us much of anywhere. Whoops. Ouch. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't seem that up here holds much for us. I still don't know how to get to that item that we're unable to reach. Maybe once we go through that other area, it'll loop back to the Hall of Red Cages. Okay, so I actually want to see what happens when we get drunk. Oh, is it just poison? What is it? Is it just alcohol poison? It looks like we have 2 debuffs going on, so... Huh. Yeah, not sure what that's doing to us, but it doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. Trying dodge melee. Remember poison. Dark Soul is here. Get Wreckful. Okay. Alright, so this is a boss. I don't think Ray of Searing is going to do much for us. Alright, so let's do Divine Armor, Ethereal Intervention, Divine Will, Divine Blessed Weapon. Ronin Cran. not that bad. Now he's buffed himself. This is Artorias. This is absolutely Artorias from Dark Souls. Yeah, he even does the Artorias flip. Even though this boss isn't hard, I do like this boss. It's actually pretty well designed. I would have gone with a lower health pool for more damaging attacks to punish the player, but it is actually pretty well designed. Got a good finish there too. Very good. Very good. Ronan Cran's Ashes. I'm very curious about this area down here. And the lore on Ronan Cran. Let's see what we can find out about Ronan Cran. This is one of the creatures that was in the little floating island. Mother Merle, although never having children of their own, Mother Merles have many characteristics of overprotective mothers. She considers any creature unfortunate enough to fit in her cage her child, and desires to keep them close to her forever, whatever state of living or dead they may be in. This is the moth creature, Merdelia Mal, the insectoid kraken, the murder fly, the queen of the moonless sky. She exists partially in the ethereal fabric of fire and sky, her tendrils weaving in and out of the celestial realm. Love her. She's been my favorite boss. Where is Ronan Cran? Here we go. Ronan Cran, or Broken Cran, a name he earned from his famous broken greatsword, was a masterful knight in the service of Jarrat, King of Storms, until his dishonorable discharge and subsequent flight by night. So, he was dishonorably discharged by the King of Stormcastle. Do I have a favorite time in history? Sorry it took me so long to get that message. Favorite time in history. I would have to extend that to favorite time and place. Favorite time in history. Probably they're all pretty interesting. I've never really thought about that question. Maybe Renaissance, just because of the huge explosion in technology and all kinds of really interesting stuff going on. I'm gonna go with Renaissance. Twisted Heart. What the hell does a Twisted Heart do? Twisted Heart. Heart of a vanquished beast, thorny and twisted by ancient sin. That's sick. Yeah, probably Renaissance. It's a difficult question, because, like, I find a lot of things in history interesting. You know, be it Western history, Eastern history, you know. I'm a big fan of learning about, like, the different eras of, like, the warring clans of Japan and all that stuff. Like, there's a lot of things that I find very intriguing, but I don't know. I'm not really one to, like, get super excited about learning about, like, really bloody battles, which I think is what, like, most dudes get excited about learning about history and whatnot. Like, they're kind of interesting or whatever, but, like, I get really bored hearing about, like, a lot of stories in, like, ancient China and ancient India, where they have, like, extremely brutal battles with absurd numbers of combatants and all that, and a lot of people find that extremely fascinating, but I'm really not one that's particularly intrigued by massive amounts of bloodshed. I much more learn about either political events, changes in you know, the social climate, advances in technology, stuff like that. The philosophical side of ancient Greece. Yes, absolutely. I have a lot of issues with ancient Greece, and even more so Rome, but there is absolutely no denying that it is very interesting in many ways. Oh dear God. Okay, that didn't kill me. It's interesting in very many ways, and as someone who's very much into philosophy, it's a very interesting time period to learn about. My issues with Greece and Rome are really because they are, once again, they're very violent throughout history. So they destroyed a lot of things that otherwise would have been wonderful to learn about, but we know precious little about them, such as, like, Druid cultures and stuff like that. A king's orders? What? King's orders. Sealed combat orders delivered from a king. They would have been held by a commander. Its memories can be used by a blacksmith to upgrade weapons. Alright, hell yeah. Ooh, 3 soldiers' poems, that's sick. We've been needing some soldiers' poems. I actually think this mob would have been really good as an ad in a boss fight. Like, I'm not one for ads in general, but if you're gonna put ads in a fight, I would have really liked these hanged enemy types. Oh, more soldiers' poems. Oh my god. They're spoiling me. Lightning pod. That sounds interesting. Lightning pod, a friendly spirit of sky that follows its caster, periodically casting lightning bolt at its caster's foes. Whether these spirits of sky are otherworldly entities that have always existed in the ethereal fabric, or mages long past eager to aid a good sorcerer, is debated. That sounds absolutely sick. So now we can get 2 companions here. I don't have mana to cast it, damn. My Twitter is blowing up on my phone. Woo! Gun is good. Gun is very strong. Bloodflower ring. Well, that interests me immensely. I love blood and I love flowers. A jagged metal ring painted red. Increase attack power. Oh, well, I don't mind if I do. I knew we should have rested at the shrine after beating Cran, but this is the position we find ourselves in. Some of their extreme ideology. You find it funny. Yeah, yeah. Whoa! Damn. There's certainly some very interesting decisions that were made in Rome, especially concerning things like that. I would say for me, the most interesting event in history, the event that most interests me, is the Library of Alexandria. Learning about the Library of Alexandria, learning about the immense setback that was the loss of the records found within the Library of Alexandria. Just thinking about how much the course of history could have been changed for the better had we not lost all of that information. I mean, that's just truly immensely interesting to me. The little dude kind of has a hard time hitting stuff. Ouch, my legs. That was a bad idea on my part. Nobody to blame but myself. Yeah, I wonder about it a lot, because I mean our advancement in technology would have been so much expedited. You can find out some really interesting things that people either know were in the Library of Alexandria or they speculate were in there. There were all kinds of insanely... I'm not sure how much of this is theory and how much of this is fact, but from what I've heard, there were records of understanding of the like celestial bodies, like astronomy, like understanding of astronomy on a level that rivaled late Renaissance, and like to have that kind of advancement in the course of our technological advancement, that could have changed so much. Should we fail to make it through this, which I don't think we will. I think we'll make it. Should we fail to survive the coming issues that the world will inevitably face, I do have to wonder how much the education that the Library of Alexandria would have afforded us might have saved us. Not necessarily that the Library of Alexandria houses information that would be helpful to us today, but that the advancement that we would have had... do I not get my salt back because that thing jumped into the abyss? Okay, now I got my salt back. Okay, cool. Like, if we'd advanced faster, could that have saved us? I think we'll be okay, though. I think we'll manage. Diamond cluster. Okay, I know we need that for weapon upgrades, so that's pretty good. That's an awkward jump. Ooh. Okay. This is a very inner looping area. I'm gonna come back down to this part. Okay, now we've already got the item there. Oh, hey there. Ray of Searing really isn't, it's not what it used to be. 3 hits to take that dude down. Oh no. Are some of the enemies human? I'm sorry that my model loses track like that when I wipe my face. Here, I will tell you, because I know the name of those enemies. They're the Split Knights. I can find them. I wish this was alphabetical. Or rather, I wish I could sort it alphabetically. Split swordsman, here we go. A fierce swordsman, formerly of the Ascarian elite, squadron known as the Blue Guard. Though the guard answered only to the Duke Garldron, the Duke was convinced by Plan that the seeker of a traveling sorcerer who had been found his way into the Duke's court to allow him to use the guard in his series of disastrous teleportation experiments. Okay, so they're not quite human anymore. I wish that shrine was our religion, because we can't summon NPCs to a shrine of a religion that we aren't a part of. If it was a part of ours, then we could summon the blacksmith and upgrade our equipment a little bit. We have a way that we can actually desecrate their shrine and put our own religion there. I would rather not do that though, because I don't know if at some point in time I'll want to go back through for like trophy sake or whatever and like level their religion or like get an item from them. Souls games very much so. Even when you beat the game, you can still do some really fun things once you beat the game, like getting like different equipments and all kinds of stuff, and like making headway to unlocking all the trophies. And that's probably something I'll do for this game, because I do like it enough to do that. I usually platinum every Souls game that I play. I don't think I platinum Lords of the Fallen, because it's not very good. And doing subsequent playthroughs wasn't very fun. I might have platinumed Lords of the Fallen and don't remember, but I don't seem to remember getting the platinum for Lords of the Fallen. Another Souls game we have in the pipeline, which will probably end up replacing Salt and Sanctuary on our schedule, is we have Mortal Shell I'll be playing through. I've been really looking forward to trying it out. Look at that, he survived the boulder because he's buffed with my salt. Oh no, oh dear. Homeboy went down on me. Ow. Sounds familiar. You have a shell, which is like your body. That's your mortal vessel. And when you die, you lose your body, and you have to reclaim the body, also known as your shell. That's where it gets the name from. That's about all I know about it. It is a very, very, very much a Souls game. Oh god. We're just getting vored all over the place. If the menu was cleaner, I'd be reading the item descriptions for everything. I will go through and read them all at some point. But usually when I go through Souls games, I kind of read items as I get them. I haven't been doing that here, though, because it's not very enjoyable navigating this menu. Okay, I know where we are. So this should lead to... I can't remember the name. I'm just gonna peek out here. Yeah, okay. Whoa. The way that works is I'm like spamming the X button as I'm falling, and it's like grasping onto the ladder, and it's stopping my momentum, which is keeping me from taking damage there. Hello there. Does it know what I have done? Kinda. I'm pretty sure this is the creature that's sucking everything in. Let's say yes. Let's act like we know. It thinks it knows. Amusing. I take the things I desire. I have taken so many things from so many people. Souls like scraps. Bound in dying flesh, I claim them. Kingdoms of dust and lies. Petty princesses. Corrupt lords. I claim them. Okay, yeah, I was correct. He is indeed the entity that's sucking everything in. Sadness, sadness, sadness. Okay, it's because there's no hidden item up here, so player put that. This looks like it might be walking to the final boss, so we'll probably be turning away here in a second. This is a big build. Yeah, I don't really want to fight it with all this salt. We'll hit it back up. It's not that long of a trek over here. It takes places, people, items, whatever it wants from all around the world. When we made our character, we got to look at the world map. And we got a little bit of a description of the different places around the world, and they've been mentioning them. There's like Kalniar, the Citadel, which we're from. There's all these different places, and it just keeps pulling different things from around the world. The Ziggurat was destroyed a long time ago in a faraway land, for example. So it can pull things from different times and places. It is a collector. It likes to collect them and bring them here to this island. So like the collector in Hollow Knight, but like 1,000 times more dangerous. Really use some more bullets. We're getting a little low. I don't want to have to switch to my crossbow. I say as I burn my bullets on the mobs. Like, I'm worried about our ammo, but I'm not worried enough to actually like stop myself from using it. Okay, so this is how we get this item. Shroud Ring. Okay, does this make us good at Apex Legends? Let's see here. Shroud Ring. A plain metal ring wrapped in a stained page. The two are magically intertwined, bound by strings of hateful lies. Increase your defense to holy damage. Okay, that boss probably does holy damage. Whoops. Ouch, my legs. Compared to a different collector. I'm thinking of the Mass Effect collector, honestly. I was just comparing it to the Hollow Knight one because I figured that that's what both you and Upgame would know immediately. Damn, those are some chunky boys. Our gun really does that much damage. That's crazy. To Marvel Collector. Oh, do I remember Marvel Collector? I know quite a bit about Marvel. Oh yeah, you're talking about the one that's in Guardians of the Galaxy. I know quite a bit about the comics, and then I've watched like everything that's MCU. Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I mean the Marvel Collector. He's powerful. Like he's a powerful entity, but he's not exactly. Like I wouldn't say that he's on like a godly level of power. It also depends on the comic, because Marvel loves to randomly have comics where characters are way more powerful than they ought to be or have usually been. I really don't like it whenever Marvel goes super heavy into making characters on like super cosmic levels of power. I find that they're really bad at writing that. I really hate. I shouldn't say hate. I'm really not a fan. I do not enjoy the original comic run of Infinity War, for example. I don't like Infinity War the movie, but I will say that Infinity War the movie and Endgame are better than the original comic run, because at least the movie manages to keep things rooted in still being an actually interesting storyline, whereas I find that the original Infinity War run just gets super silly, because they're just constantly trying to one-up themselves on like, oh, he's so strong that he can do all of this. He knows all your thoughts, and like he do this and he do that, and it gets real wild. I have read Marvel Zombies, yeah. They might have come out with more issues. I read the original run. I think it was about 5 issues, maybe more. I read the original run, which is like got Hulk and Black Panther, and they like have Wolverine down in the basement, and they like pull parts off of them and stuff like that. Whoops. For me with Marvel, like, I like Marvel. Like, I like Marvel more than I like DC, personally. And I've read quite a bit of it. But the only Marvel thing that I'm, like, truly passionate about, that I, like, really care about, is Spider-Man. And not even every version of Spider-Man. There's a lot of comic runs of Spider-Man that I am just not a fan of. I do like the X-Men a lot. X-Men is typically very well written. A lot of times even better written than Spider-Man. But I just tend to be more attached to the type of story that Spider-Man is trying to tell. I love X-Men though. X-Men's so good. 90% of the time, X-Men hits all of its shots. Why did I come down here again? Well, at least every time we kill those dudes, we have a chance of getting a soldier poem. Stanley was told with I've heard a lot of stories about the process of making Spider-Man. Like, I've watched a lot of stuff on the process, but I cannot remember off the top of my head what he was told. I know that a lot of people thought he was too, like, creepy looking, which is kind of what they were going for. They really wanted him to look kind of creepy, like crawling on the walls and stuff like that. There's a lot of really interesting things that went into the thought process of making Spider-Man. Like, for example, Spider-Man is very much made to be a character that anyone can be. Like the wonderful thing about like the whole him having the whole suit on, the mask and everything is that anyone can be Spider-Man underneath that costume, and they want it to be the everyman superhero. That's kind of the idea. He has very real problems that are very relatable, and you know, he is embodying a concept of you can be this hero, you can be this person, you can strive for greatness, you can be better, and I love that. I adore that. That to me is the most impactful type of story that superheroes can ever tell. I don't, you know, you can tell me the plot of Avengers storylines and all that. Oh, well, there goes our salt. Well, there's some interesting stuff down there. That's a lot of salt. Ooh, damn. That's a lot. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's a silly way to get the powers and all that. But him getting the powers isn't the important part of that story to them. Some Spider-Man stories have tried to make it a little bit more interesting how he gets the powers. Ultimate Spider-Man, for example, did a run where the basis for how he gets the powers is essentially that so him and Eddie Brock are like best friends, and is it him and Eddie, or is it, no, it's him and, is it him and Eddie? I think it's him and Eddie. I think he's friends with Eddie, and he's friends with Harry. I'm trying to remember exactly how it goes. It was a long time ago that the Ultimate Run happened. But essentially, what it boils down to is that, like, his parents and his friend's parents, whichever friend it was, I can't remember which it was, were developing a cure for cancer. And that cure for cancer took the form of, like, the symbiote. And so in this universe, the symbiote is a lab creation of an alien. And then it attaches to him, and that gives him the powers. If I remember correctly, that's how it goes. Which is a very interesting way to do it. And the reason for doing that is that when it inevitably goes to Venom, you now have even more connection between him and Venom. You have this shared history that's even deeper. Really unfortunate we lost all that salt. Oh well. I could have closed the application if I cared enough, but I really do not. Could have got some juicy level ups out of that. Oh well. Wonderful. Finally, we get a true shrine, a sanctuary. I mean. Alright, so let's get a merchant, a blacksmith, and guide. And I'm not worried about the last slot. This is probably a really good area to level grind if we needed levels, which we do not, but it's good that we have the option. absolutely upgrade the Steel Centipede. Discover the symbiote via machine and attempt a new suit. I'm a bit confused by that, because that sounds very similar to the original way that Peter got the symbiote in the Secret Wars comic, which was the original appearance of the symbiote. Because in the original run, basically everyone gets sucked into a random planet to fight in a battle royale that some higher beings decided they want people to fight in. And so you have a bunch of superheroes fighting in this battle royale. And Peter's suit gets damaged, and so he goes up to this vending machine within their base that the higher beings have provided for them, and it spits out this black goop that gives him a new suit. And that suit is the black suit. And you get the iconic cover of him in the black suit on that issue of Secret Wars. And you finish the Secret Wars run a couple comic books later, and then he ends up taking the suit home with him, and that goes into the run of Amazing Spider-Man. It ends up tying back into Amazing Spider-Man. So when Amazing Spider-Man picks back up after Secret Wars, he has the black suit. So yeah, that sounds very similar to that. Really surprised how long this Hunter's outfit has lasted us, but the stats are just really good on it, honestly. And like, it's light, so we're just gonna keep riding this out. I mean, it's a good looking outfit. It's the perfect weight distribution that we need, really. I'm sure there are better pieces of equipment that we could be wearing, but we've already put upgrade materials into this, and this is just like the easiest streamline for us to keep our gear up to date. Nice, we got them all up to 4. Oh, that's hot. Oh, I got this shield, by the way, because I gave that dude that wanted a bag of earth earlier in the game, a bag of earth, because we ended up finding it in the ziggurat. He didn't really have anything interesting to say. He was just like, yo, you want peace? I was like, yeah, I want peace. And he's like, here you go, here's peace. And he gave us a shield. And it's an okay shield. It blocks lightning damage for like 100%. And that's about all that's like super special about it. Sunset Kite Shield, a wooden kite shield painted with a sunset motif. The fast-growing saltwood tree depicted upon its face is popular as a symbol of prosperity, and the shield's inverted teardrop shape is a hallmark of peacekeeping forces in the Door Isle's bustling trade of cities. Yeah, there's nothing super special about it. Am I able to see my overall defense? Probably. There you go. It's split up into different damage type categories, but like our overall strike defense there is 114. Slash defense is 50, and then yeah, you keep going down. You see what's going on there. You can also switch the type here. Like I can switch it to a percentage value, which is useful because the equipment stat down there, the way that it works in Souls games is your dodge roll becomes heavier depending on what percentage value you are at for your weight. So like how much equipment you have on you. So for example, we're at 29.90, which means that we're in fast roll territory. If I were to put that, and then we'll put this chunky boy on. So now we're at 43, which is an 86% of our maximum equipment load, which makes it makes us do what we call a fat roll, which means that yeah, that's how puny and pathetic our roll becomes if we did something like that. I have done runs of Dark Souls where I did just fat roll for the whole thing. It is quite viable. If you build a build that is tanky, and you know you're a bruisery boy, it's not that big a deal if you fat roll, because you can absorb the damage. You have shield to like mitigate damage. Like you have all these different ways to do it. And even with a fat roll, you can still time that roll. You will run into issues where you cannot roll enough times, and like you're gonna have some issues here and there. But very rarely will you like be completely screwed just because you can fat roll. In fact, I would say you will not ever be completely screwed. Pretty much in Dark Souls, it's impossible for you to put yourself in a situation where your build is unviable. You can be naked with the broken straight sword from the start of the game doing 1 damage, and you can easily manage to pull a victory out. Well, I shouldn't say easily. Just you can get there. You can always get that W. A fat roll does indeed use more stamina. It uses more stamina. It has way less iframes, which means less invincibility frames. It covers a lot less distance. The recovery on it is a lot worse. It is worse in basically every single way. And there's multiple variations of the roll. So you have like your fast roll, which is like what I think we're in fast roll territory currently. Like I'm pretty sure this is a fast roll. I can check real quick if I strip down. Okay, so this roll's a little bit better. So this is the best roll you can get, is the naked roll right here. This is a fast roll. This is the fastest roll possible. If you wanted, you could also throw on this rolling speed here, and now we have like a really good roll. This is like a Kingdom Hearts level roll right here. Not quite as good as Kingdom Hearts, but this is still a really good roll. We're in like probably the next step down in roll. Let's see. Okay, so just making sure I have my upgraded version on. Okay, I do. Yeah, like you can see the difference. It's still a good roll. Okay, so this is probably a medium roll, actually. Looking at the difference. Because we were closing basically this whole little platform here with the fastest roll. So we're in probably like medium roll territory. And then there's probably a heavier roll after this. In fact, I know there's a heavier roll after this because we hit it when we usually have a shield on. I can actually show that right here. Yeah, this is a worse roll, I'm pretty sure. We might not be hitting it anymore. Because our ability to hold more weight has gone up since the last time we did that for the pirate dude. Yeah, I think we don't fat roll with the shield anymore, but or not fat roll, heavy roll. There's like heavy roll, and then there's like fat roll, and then there's a final step for Souls games where you just can't roll at all. You've hit complete over encumbered. You can't roll. Your character does like an animation where he like juts forward, and he like can't manage to pull the roll off, and you like move super slowly, and that one's pretty much unviable. You don't usually ever see people go through the game like that. So we picked up a new prayer, which I'm excited about. Sprites. Summon divine spirits to orbit the caster, then seek out foes to deal holy damage to. Sprites are as playful as they are vengeful, evidence of the joy that exists between the most somber aspects of worship. So this is like Flame Orbiters, but probably better. I'm curious, can I double up? Oh, that's sick. We got flaming sprites going on here. That's awesome. I love that. That's a strat right there. Our sprites are going to do more damage because we have more wisdom than we do the Magicka scaling stat. So let's go ahead and dump our gold. What that is that here in the skill tree, you have class 1 cleric, can use class 1 spells, class 2 gets class 2, class 3 gets class 3, class 4 gets class 4. There's even a class 5. So your class 5 is like the best spells available to you. You have to get these nodes on the skill tree to be able to use those spells. So I had to get 4 caster nodes here. So this is magic user class 2, magic user class 1, class 3. I had to get this so that I could use flame orbiters and all that. This is class 4. Trying to see where class 5 is. My eyeballs are not seeing it. There might not be a class 5. It's over there somewhere, probably. I highly doubt there's no class 5. And weapon types have the same, so like class 4 hunters lets you wield class 4 whips. However, there's... we're using the best whip in the game, and it's like a... I'm not sure if it says here. I haven't read the description of this, so I'm going to do that in a second. This is a class 2 whip. It's the best whip in the game, with the best dexterity scaling, with the best maximum damage output, but it's a class 2. So like clearly they didn't really think through the weapon class number all that well, but yeah. An elaborate ceremonial sword composed of multiple segments with hollow cores held together from within by a loose steel chain. The interlocking segments can be released by a trigger in the hilt to form a bladed whip, providing a dramatic increase in range. Named for its resemblance to a venomous arthropod feared throughout the western continents as an omen of death, this weapon was first employed in Tristan during the Duke Karstjal's political purges of the public execution of convicted witches by flogging. Expect holy damage. Okay. That's actually a really great player tip right there. That's an example of one that, like, really helps us out. Trying to find... Where is the ring we picked up to decrease holy damage? Here it is. So, reduce stamina fatigue, we definitely want that. Regen, this is attack damage. If they're dealing holy damage, we're probably not going to take a lot. Or we're probably not going to deal a lot of holy damage to them. I don't actually feel that I get a lot out of Divine Will, so we're not going to waste the magicka on it. We're gonna do... I think we do this. Okay, so Ethereal Intervention, Lightning Pod, Flame Orbiters, the Coveted, okay. Okay, I might whip my gun out for this. I'm thinking we whip the Glock out. ability to actually deal damage to them is a little weird. We're like not hitting them 100% of the time. I don't know what to do about that. That was a little... That didn't seem like it was going too well. I'm gonna try something out here. I'm gonna try... let's see if Undersight will make us able to see them more. Orbiters isn't gonna help us. Might use Lightning Storm. Don't know yet though. I'm not feeling too confident about this boss, because I don't think I understand their gimmick. Alright, so let's do Ethereal, Undersight. Doesn't look like it did anything for us really. Are they taking fight? Kind of. This is weird. This is a weird fight. I'm not feeling too good about this fight. I got an idea. Let's just go ahead and... Okay, I can hit a little bit better with our whip attack, but it's still not great. Is it? What if I lightning? a annoying fight. Why can I not hurt them? Oh, 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 I damaged the axe. Oh, that changes everything. Okay. It's not them I hurt, it's the axe. I'm just gonna Bell of Return out of here, because we'll just get a better attack. Decided to continue all night, you stuck at the same point. I'm so sorry, buddy. That sucks. Let's do Silver Salt. Let's just eat our salt, because I don't really care about it. Let's do... I mean, if it's axe, I guess this changes our entire strategy. So the one on the left has like gone off screen and stopped attacking. So we kind of cheesed on accident. I think what's happening is, so a lot of games do this. Devil May Cry is one of the games that I first learned this was actually a thing. It was kind of something I'd always theorized growing up, but a lot of games have it where if an enemy is off screen, their aggression levels get turned way down, because most players find it really unfun to get hit by an enemy that they can't see. So games will make it so that enemies off screen won't hit the player quite as much. So you can kind of manipulate a lot of games if you like purposely position the camera so that enemies are off screen. Their aggression levels will go down, depending on if that's a feature in the game. It's very much a thing in Devil May Cry games. And it seems like that might be a thing here, that because that enemy is off screen, he's stopped attacking. Yeah, like, see, the one dude's off screen now. He's not even doing anything. They're both completely stopped here. It's absolutely a feature in this game. If you off screen an enemy, their aggression level seems to almost halt completely. So we've effectively just made them stop doing anything. Oh, that's an interesting way to win. Yeah, I don't exactly know how I even like came up with a theory that that was a thing growing up, because like I figured it out very early. Like when I was like 4, I figured out. Well, I didn't figure it out, so I had an idea that the enemies off screen were not attacking me as much as the enemies that were on screen. Like I could feel it in the games that I was playing. And so it was kind of an idea that I had, and it wasn't until I was about maybe 13 or 14 that I found out that it's actually a thing that developers do. It is not in every game. There are some games where it is not a thing. That it does not matter if they're off screen, they will still have the same aggression level. But a lot of games will limit just how much they will attack the player while being off screen. I think we'll start heading over to Class 5 Cleric. We don't have anything that needs Class 5 Cleric, but I very much intend to continue to use prayers, so... Yeah, it's definitely best to test it early. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with a lot of games, but you can usually kind of get a feel that it's going on. I'm going to look up where we get Berserker Ears, because we need Berserker Ears for our Covenant Allegiance. Oh, they're dropped by Drowned Berserkers. Okay, yeah, I mean that makes sense. Okay, well, yeah, that checks out. So we have a lot of gold here. Kind of want to go and get those Berserker Ears, honestly. I want to max out our Covenant. So what is this area called? This is Ruined Temple. This is where we are. I am, however, I would like to get to max rank in my Covenant, because then I'm going to get some new prayers. And I know the prayer that awaits us, and it is called Ethereal Blades, which summons Blades of Light behind us that attack when we attack, and I'm really interested to use that. So, we need Angsty Bone Ribs and Drowned Berserker Ears. So, I think the majority of Berserkers are in the Village of Smiles. We'll just walk there, because we'll walk past the Berserkers and get an idea of where they are. I know where at least one is, and I know that there's some here in the Festering Banquet as well. I'll point out the Berserkers when we come across them. That's a Berserker right there. So we need to get 3 of their ears. We have the Kismet ring on, which is making our item drop rate better. So hopefully that will significantly help out how much they drop. Okay, we didn't get near that time. We're gonna run through this area, because I know there's a couple Berserkers here. And I want to compare to the Village of Smiles and see which one's better. I also haven't been over here in a long time since at the start of the game, so maybe there's like some items we've missed or something. So this sword is a sword whip. I talked about this, I think, 2 streams ago. The whip we were using wasn't scaling very well. An undersight of a lot of Souls games is that whips don't scale very well throughout the game. By scaling, I mean, so you see right there it says Dexterity scaling S. S is the best scaling you can get. So there's F, there's A, there's A, so it goes A, B, C, D, E. E being the worst you can get. S is above A in terms of how good it is. So, you know, it's going by very much, you know, Japanese grading scales and all that. This whip is the best whip we can get our hands on. Unfortunately, it's mostly a sword. The only time that we can actually do a whip attack is when we're one-handed and we do a heavy attack, which is like never, because we two-hand almost 90% of the time because we want to use the charm feature, which means we literally don't have any whip attacks while we're two-handing. I've also tried doing some one-handed. Unfortunately, like most of, like, it really chomps. Okay, so that's a Berserker there. It really chomps into our damage value and also makes it so that we are not staggering enemies nearly as well when we're not two-handing. So it's just overall not worth it to not two-hand the weapon. You dip for a bit? Okay. Okay, here's a Berserker. Okay, I haven't been up here since we unlocked this totem, so... Man, he's really not dropping his ear. Yeah, I haven't been up here. Sparkling ring. Increased healing power. Oh, that's actually pretty sick. Cavalier set. Okay, very cool. It looks like very heavy armor. I think it's actually the armor of the dude that we just killed. A black pearl. That's pretty big. I'm glad we came up here. There's a couple, so there's a pretty good amount of Berserkers here in the Vestring Banquet, but they're kind of spread out. So I'm thinking that Village of Smiles is probably better. Shrine. Well, hang on. If I rest at the shrine, that'll respawn the Berserkers. Maybe this will be the best farm spot. Still no Berserker ear. We do have the Kismet ring one. There's the Berserker out there to the right, and then there is a... Isn't there a Berserker here? Am I wrong? Yeah, there's a Berserker up here. It's probably not worth coming all the way out here to hit this one. If they don't start dropping ears, I won't do this on stream, because it's seeming like their drop rates are really bad. We just need 3 ears, so it's not like I have to farm a bunch. But I really want to max out the Covenant. If I had realized that it was these dudes, I would have done this way earlier. It really sucks that we've gotten so unlucky to not get any ears this entire playthrough. Like, it's a pretty common enemy. It's also a very early enemy, like they're not hard to kill, so like I could have done this like really early on. I wasn't truly like processing the fact that like, yeah, Berserker ears probably come from the enemy called Drowned Berserkers. I don't know why, but I was thinking that like, I know what it is. So I wasn't thinking that ears would specifically drop from one type of enemy. I was thinking that you would have like, certain types of enemies would drop certain types of ears. That way, as you go through the playthrough, multiple mobs are dropping the ear, which is honestly a better way to do it, and that makes total sense that I would think that it's that way. However, it seems that they've done it so that very specific mobs drop very specific ears that you need for the Covenant level up, which is very unfortunate. Oh no. There we go. I managed to go down there, off stream. It's actually not hard to get there. There's just a hidden door to the right that leads down there. There's also a hidden door here we had to press circle on. You just climb down here and it gets you the Kismet ring that I have on, which increases item find rate. That's also something I wish we got early on in the playthrough, because I would have had that on like 90% of the time, helping us get the drops as we go through the game. But I didn't find it. Okay, so we got a Berserker here. Still no ear, because the game hates us. Might desecrate the shrine. So I know there's a Berserker in this place. There's a Berserker right here. He's pretty nearby. Oh, is that a Berserker too? Yeah. Okay, okay, so this is like 2 Berserkers right next to each other. This is the best spot to do it. Ooh, a 3rd Berserker? Okay, yeah, this is the place. I'll do like 4 little runs of that. And if we get an ear, then I'll probably do it on stream. If not, that's going to be something I do off stream, which might not work out because we might beat the game today. I don't know. Let's desecrate this shrine. Okay, so this is crush it in a sanctuary to convert that sanctuary to creed. Okay. I guess we just use this. And now we have to fight off. Or, oh, it was instant? Huh. What is the... Where's the desecration item? I know we have an item to desecrate. Huh. That's odd. I'm not seeing... I know we had an item to desecrate shrines, but I don't see it in my inventory. Odd. Put a guide here. And, I'm tempted to put the leader here. Yeah, we'll put the leader here. He doesn't... The leader increases item drop rate, doesn't he? That's a thing, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we need the Berserker Ears, and we need the Angsty Bones. The Angsty Bones, we just need, like, the one. Item find bonus. So the guide is item find bonus. Okay. Still no ear. I don't know. Why would you make the drop rate so bad on this, especially for an early game mob? I always get a little bit worried doing that jump. We're gonna do like 3 more little runs of this. And if we get it, then we get it. If we don't get it, then I'll see about what I can do. But I think we might end up finishing the game soon, so it's gonna suck if that's what's gonna happen. Like, it's not a very long game, so... Did we kill 3? I think we did. All you missed is that I'm trying to get Berserker Ears. I'm gonna do about 2 more little takes at killing these 3 Berserkers, seeing if they drop the ear. If they do not, then we're gonna abandon doing it. We will go see about getting the Angsty Bones, though. And there's an item that I haven't gotten over in the area with the Angsty Bones anyway. Still no ear. Come on, man, drop an ear. God, that's so dangerous. Here? No. Alright, one more. Let's hope for a ear. Ear? Okay, we got an ear. Alright, well, I think we can do this on stream. It's not that bad. Because we can do it pretty quickly. On water balloons, I used to play with them quite a bit when I was younger. My issue with them is that they kind of hurt when they burst on impact. It's like they're not really super pleasant. Might be my second ear. Okay, I can check once I get to the sanctuary again. Whoa. Let's fix that real quick. Oh, it is my second ear. Okay, cool. Alright, we just need the one more there then. That's excellent. Yeah, water balloons kind of hurt on impact. Like, the bursting rubber does not feel good on the skin when it breaks open. So it's, they're not particularly pleasant to play with. I also was never really a fan of getting splashed with water in my face, so... But they're fun. On occasion. I prefer water guns, really. Because those don't usually hurt unless you have, like, a supreme high-powered Super Soaker 9000 that cost, like, $50 from Walmart when I was growing up or whatever, so I never had one. Yeah. Those kind of hurt, because they get really high pressure. But, those are extreme scenarios. Ooh, sick, that's our third ear. We're gonna do another vial. Alright, now we gotta go get the angsty bones. There's also an item that we're missing over there. Can I bring two guides over here? We're not gonna do that. I'm pretty sure they drop the bones pretty easily too. Let's see what was over here. Because it lets us increase our allegiance with our covenant, like our religion, and every time we do that, we unlock the ability to buy new items from the merchants. And I want to get the final tier of prayer from the cleric, called Ethereal Blades, and that will have these blades of light that follow behind us and attack when we attack, and I really want to use that ability. missing the kill on this guy, but he's like right here, so let's just go ahead and take him out. Never really thoroughly went through this place, so like maybe we do a little exploring while we're in the area. This is Sunken Keep. Go away, Pyramid Head. There's also a NPC in Mire of Stench I found out that I have not met, so I'll probably go hit him up at some point. He sells a bunch of poison-related stuff, which I'm very interested in using. It's a little late in the playthrough to like start getting into poison, but maybe we can pull something out with it of interest. I usually like playing around with poisons. I was very tempted to join the Poison Covenant, just so that I could use them. The issue with switching covenants, though, is that anytime you leave your covenant, it pisses them off, and you lose all of your allegiance with them, meaning you have to get all of these items again to level up your allegiance. So that's a hunting bone. So the angsty bones are the boys down here, I'm pretty sure. These are the angsty bones. Let's make sure real quick in the bestiary. These are angsty bones, right? Just go from here. I'll just start with flat. So go for an A. Angsty bones, here we go. Yeah, okay, these are angsty bones. The one with the scimitars are angsty bones. Sure there's more of them over here. No. Well, are they down here at the bottom? Oh dear. That's quite a drop. Oh well. Just have to run right back over here. I'm gonna put my phone silent. I thought for sure, like, every time I got a notification for my phone, like Twitter blowing up, I was like, alright, that'll be the last notification. I don't need to sign up to my phone. But they just haven't stopped. whenever I'm punching, it's because I got turned around trying to switch to my gun and then switch back. I punch with my normal weapon hit whenever I have the gun in my main hand, so it's because I made a mistake. Let's actually put on flame orbiters, because we can rush them a little bit easier if we do that. I like that the sprites seek out. That's really good. Good to go. Here's an angsty boy. Right after we're done doing this, and we buy our spells, we will be going to fight that giant dude, so we'll be getting back to interest and stuff very soon. Okay, so it's just the two there. Oh, we need to grab our salt. Stop jumping around and fight me. Got the Kismet on one, yeah. Just need one bone. They're not that uncommon. We got two just going through the area naturally. Drop the bone, chief. Yeah, usually Covenants don't do this. This is not what Covenants in Dark Souls usually do to level them up. Usually Covenants in Dark Souls will want you to do some type of multiplayer-related activity. So, like for Invasion Covenants, they want you to have successful invasions, and every successful invasion you will get a currency to level up in the Covenant. It typically doesn't take that long. For co-op Covenants, help people in co-op, there's a counter invasion Covenant usually that will summon you to a world where a invader has come to kill someone and you come and stop the invader. You'll get currency for that. And then they have item drops in the world as an alternative for if the player pool gets too thin, like people stop playing the online, you still have a way to get the drop in order to level up in the Covenant. I have had to farm those materials before because I've played when the player pools have been way too thin and had to compensate for it. Dark Souls also has a ton of ways to increase item drop find rate, be it consumables that you use or items that you put on. Like you can get a mimic head that you put on, it drains your HP constantly, but it boosts your item find rate by a huge amount. Some of the Souls games even have luck as a stat, and luck will help you get better item drop rate. Also, most players just ignore the Covenants altogether, or at most they level up one Covenant, not all of them. So it typically isn't that big of a deal. For me, who does the game 100%, I end up having to grind all of the Covenants, but it's not usually too bad. The worst case scenario was the Silver Knights, farming those in Dark Souls 3, that was pretty bad. The item drop rate was really bad on them. But typically not too big a deal. I'm shocked we haven't got the ribcage yet. My apologies for doing something so unentertaining on stream. I really want to get this spell, because I think we're getting really close to finishing the game. I know it's not a very long game. Yes, I did get the third ear. I'm trying to get the ribcage now from these guys, which is the last item we need. I don't have a leader here to check for sure. Let's go ahead and make sure I haven't not noticed getting it. Oh, there's no leader here. I do want to check real quick our transmute menu. Cage Man's ear. Coveted. Oh. We need a Shimmering Pearl for that, though. That's the gun we're going to go with, probably. Because that's an S scaling on dexterity. Yeah, that's probably the gun we end up going with. I have been tempted to get this gun, because this is, like, poison, and that's, like, really interesting. And I've been a little bit tempted on this one, because we get a split scaling, which is really good. And then it's like holy damage, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it does holy damage, which is pretty sick, because like most things are pretty weak to holy damage, so I'm pretty tempted for this one too. Not super interested in this here. But this, and this, these three guns I'm interested in. We still need a Shimmering Pearl though. Yeah, okay, so... Oh, okay, so we can get these already. This is Guardian Blade, which is the one that I was thinking of. Rejuvenate. We don't have the rib, do we? No, we still need the one rib. Level up here. We should, like, this shouldn't take too long. It's honestly shocking that it's taken as long as it has. Okay, so I need 4 black pearls. Okay, let's read the description here. Whispering words of faith, Mina felt a peace as Devara's divine light filled her weapon until it reached a hotly glowing crescendo, turning the Night Raider's helm into a scene of carnage that far too closely resembled a kicked pot of burnt tomato soup. Okay. I was actually like sitting there like, oh man, it's pretty good writing. I like the description they're giving for like how the weapon's glowing and all that. And then it went to, yeah, his head looked like tomato soup. You lost me there, Chief. That is, that's just silly. One spell. We can't incantations. Really, you don't have any new... That's shocking. Okay. Back to Haggers. We'll not do this too much longer. We do technically have the spell that I wanted. In fact, let's go ahead and read both of those. So Rejuvenate, restore a large amount of HP and reduce a large amount of wounding. Healers and clerics from every corner of the continents are adept at mending wounds, but very few have both the skill to cure most grievous wounds, and the will to withstand the exhaustion of such a cautious. Okay. Let's get a look at what that's like. That's not too bad of exhaustion. We'll probably use Spirit Men more than this, but it's really good to have that. This is what I'm working towards, Guardian Blade. Summon a divine blade wielded by ethereal agents of light. While the blade is active, its invisible wielder will attack whenever you do. Clerics and paladins of many faiths have long spoken of divine guardians intervening on the behalf of the persecuted. Like, that's super thick. Super sick. That's basically, you know, a light doppelganger that attacks when we attack. Like, that's so cool. Like, we're essentially becoming a light Virgil. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna see if I can add a second guide to this area, which is kind of a waste, but if it'll increase the item find rate. Alright, you can't have more of the same type. Okay. Can't believe this rip hasn't dropped yet. I really need to make sure I buff my weapon when I do this. Because we lose a lot of time on them doing their stupid little teleport around. Oh, we got the rib cage. We're good. We're done. Sick. Okay, so all we gotta do is turn this in, and then get on back to the relevant area. Oh, I do want to head over to Mire to check out that merchant, though, so we will stop over there to go see the merchant, but that'll just take a couple seconds. That's actually pretty interesting because we haven't been over there before. Alright, give me another orange vial. Alright, now we should be max rank with the Covenant. We get a trophy. Okay, no new prayers. Merchant, do you have anything new? No, he does not. Okay. I bet the mage does, though. I bet we get new spells. I think there's actually a mage at the mire. I think that's a merchant. Castle Storms has a mage. Really? No new spells? Okay. Interesting. Oh, that kind of blows. Oh well. Alright, head over to the mire. We'll go see that merchant. He's on the far left side through the poison. So we're gonna put on cleanse. And we have a poison resistance ring, I'm pretty sure. Yes, okay. There we go. You're in my waters. Hi there. You like a drinky? You like to check out a tavern where things get fishy? I'm fond of you. Are you fond of me? Yes. I like you. I'll let you see my things for sale. Okay. Name's Auld Griggs. This swamp is mine, I think. You like Auld Griggs' place? You like his shop? I paint faces. You ever drink pest mud out of a boot? Okay, weird dude. So we got Force Fangs, Poison Arrows, Poison Bolts, Pest Mud, Antidote. Ooh, okay, so these are good, because these are weapon upgrade materials. Malva Tabard, Malva Leon. Okay. Good holy defense. If we end up running into issues with holy defense, this is like 90 poison defense on it. That's huge. Okay, that's pretty good. We're gonna pick up some pest mud. Be seen. Thank you, buddy. Okay, so there's nothing over here. Alright, we're gonna horn out of here. We're gonna head on to the Ruined Temple. Alright, so fine armor, sprites. We might stop using Flame Guardian. Its damage really isn't working out for us. I like opening fights with Divine Will. I don't really like reapplying it. And we'll throw on Intervention just in case the giant starts whipping out some crazy, what do you call it? Crazy magic attacks. Alright, so we're gonna put on this healing power. I typically like to reduce wounding. I think we can kind of mend it though, so let's try not. Defensive strike attacks. I don't think I saw a sword on him, so he's probably gonna punch us. Let's put that on. And this on. Actually, let's go full attack power, so let's do increased dexterity. Or well, I'd rather do rolling speed, honestly. Just so we can be safer. It's not... How big of a difference is that? Pretty big difference. Where did we go? Also, let me change my charm. I want, let's just go attack power. I think it was up to the top left, I want to say, was where the dude was. Oh no. Why did they hit your cat? I don't know the situation or your neighbor, but I know that it involves a cat, and therefore I'm on the cat's side. Screw that neighbor. Alright, so we're gonna do... I don't think we really need any buffs. We're just gonna go in as we are mostly. He's a very big boy, so he'll definitely hit us. Alright, Divine Armor, Divine Will, Sprites, Divine Blessed Weapon. The Bloodless Prince. Chunky boy. Let's go ahead and heal our stamina. Alright, well that was a boss. It was in fact a boss. The construct, okay. I was expecting a little bit more out of him. Neighbor's car has this weird fabric roof. Cat likes to sleep on it. She hates it because cat shits a lot. That's the whole thing. Well, don't have a car with a fabric roof. The cat is in the right here. Cat wants to do it. Cat's in the right. I'm always going to take the cat's side. Might be a second boss over here. To recognize this. Yeah, this is the far beach. What's he? Does he say anything? Oh. No, he's just saying Modalog. You really don't have anything new for me? Okay. I was wondering if maybe it was tied to game progression or something. Let's Kind of running out of use for this for gold, honestly. So I think what we'll do is we will, because we have a guide here, we'll quickly dip over to where there's a merchant. And we'll buy some bags of salt, and then come back over here. Okay. This is the one, right? Pretty sure it is. This is not the one, and now I have to use a guide, because I don't want to have to... Oh, I could have used a horn, actually. Let's actually buy a couple horns off of them. Bar Beach, that's right. That's where it was. Sure hope this leads to a new area down here, because if it does not, I'm gonna have to look up where to go, because I have nowhere in mind to progress other than down here. Round porcelain ashes, okay. Uh-oh, we might be at a dead end. Maybe not. Yes, yes I do. I have a cat named Autumn. She is my pride and joy. I love her. She's my precious angel. I pamper her extensively. And I also own a chinchilla. Burning Sky Ring. I bet that's fire damage. Burning Sky, reduce the cost of magic spells and incantations. An impossibly light metal ring. It bears the symbol of fire and sky and lends the brilliance of the two eternal elements to its wearer. So that doesn't affect prayer, though. So that doesn't particularly help us. Warhorn, okay. Unfortunately, I end up doing so much in the Ziggurat because I find the background really boring in here. So this is a wall that gets moved by those levers. What the hell? It's like on a chinchilla. Well, they're very energetic. They like to have a lot of space. They need to get daily bedtime, not bedtime, daily playtime. You have to buy the dust for them, which isn't that expensive. Give them little dust baths. I don't do too well with dust, so it's a little bothersome for me. They eat dried fruit and seeds and little things like that. They get a lot of droppings all over the place constantly, and he likes to bite a lot. He bites me constantly, and I find his bites deeply unpleasant. But they are very soft, very cute. So overall, pretty good. Wish he wouldn't bite me. It's really the main issue is he's very, very bitey. I'm not a fan of getting bitten by the chinchilla. I don't mind if my cat bites me or like scratches me because it don't hurt that bad, but the chinchilla's bites hurt really bad. Oh dear. I'd really like to get back up there. Use the gun. Yeah, well, I mean, I personally find that cat bites don't hurt at all for me. They really don't bother me. As much as my cat scratches and bites me, it does not bother me. She does not bite or scratch very much. It is very... I don't think she's actually, like, truly bitten down to, like, an aggressive point. But, she's giving me little love bites. And, she has scratched. Because I've given her baths and stuff, so of course she scratched me. They don't hurt that bad, in my opinion. The chinchilla, though, it's a very, very precise, large tooth. Because it has, like, the one tooth. That it has like two teeth, but it has like the one really long one at the top. That bad boy hurts. That thing is sharp. It is precise, and it is a pain in the ass. My cat does not bite my ankles. She'll like rub up against my ankles because she wants pets, but she does not bite my ankles. That does sound like it would be quite inconvenient. Spear Imp's horn. Yeah, it sounds like you have the chinchilla of cats. Oh, I'll be shanking me. I thought that might happen, but I was like, nah, that fall won't kill me. That'd be a silly way to go out. Nah, it happened. Let me get a bite of my food here that I have. All right. I wonder why your cat's so bitey. I guess it's just in its personality. I've never had a cat that's particularly bitey. I've had a couple throughout my life, but none of them are bitey. Probably just very playful. Finds it fun. Okay, we'll loop back on over to this part. I want to get my salt back. Oh, we're dead. Yeah, I was worried they might grab us. They did. Oh, it was the spider that grabbed us. Okay. I thought it was the Birdman. The only unfortunate part about losing our salt there is that I'm trying to get this level up so that we can use our Blade Prayer. I could take points out of our regular magic since we're kind of not using it so much anymore, and then put them on over there. I might end up doing that. If we start to get to what looks like the final boss, I'll probably do that. dark in here. Sorry, this is the way. Not sure there was anything over here that we're missing, because we were over here before when we died. I'm gonna check behind myself since we're in the area. No, I'm not gonna risk that. There's an interesting little section here. Gonna have to go. Okay. Thank you so much for hanging out so much. I look forward to seeing you next stream. I think next stream's Hollow Knight, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure we'll be finishing the game. So that'll be fun time. Assuming, of course, that I can beat the final boss in one stream. That is highly possible that won't happen. It might take us a couple streams to beat the final boss, because I'm aware it's quite difficult. I can't grab that if it's above me, it seems. Try to get some momentum going here. There we go. Bloodlusters. Bloodluster's ring, a grisly ring bearing an eye similar to that of the Salt Seeker's ring, but while one ring searches for lost hope, this ring seeks endless bloodshed, causing wearer's attacks to more frequently reduce foes to bloody chunks. Huh? I don't fully understand. Like, is this just increased gore? If it's just increasing gore, that is the worst ring. If it does something more than that, it might be interesting. I wonder if you can jump to that. You probably can. I'm not going to, though. Oh dear. Castaway's greatest. Alright. Should I go for it? I don't want to, though. No, I'm not going for it. I'm interested to Tower of Fantasy, so we might do that as a guerrilla stream on the weekend. I do have things that I need to do outside of streaming, so we'll see how that works out. But I might be doing a guerrilla stream of Tower Fantasy coming up soon, because I'm very interested to try it. Oh, well, it occurs to me my PC might not handle it too well while streaming, so it all depends on that. I'll try it out and see how it works for OBS. Okay. A huge drop. This is where Blood Prince is. I think yeah, this is where the Bloodless Prince was. Damn. What a useless setback. Why would they put that there? Yeah, I'd say my biggest issue with this game is kind of segments like this, where it's like we're kind of exploring, but like it doesn't feel like we're making progress. Like I don't actually feel like I'm making progression. Like, I feel lost even though it's a new area. Like I don't see how this is gonna lead to, oh no. Yeah, whatever. I don't see how this is going to lead to like a new area. Progression, like progression doesn't feel organic. We're gonna try jumping that gap with this totem. A lot of people said that this game would have really benefited from having a map, and I absolutely agree. That this game would have been much better if I could click the touchpad and bring a map up. Like it's pretty par for the course for Metroidvanias to have a map, and this would have really benefited from one. Why is that red? It's a little sus. Are they always red? I just haven't noticed. Maybe they're always red. Oh, we're dead. Oh, no, it wants me to get back there now. Oh, that's gonna suck. I could probably jump to it and then like Bell of Return. either works or it does. Oh, wait, maybe I can actually probably just pull him. Let's pull the crossbow out. There we go. Oh dear. I was completely oblivious. I find this area kind of boring. Like, we're making progress, I think. I think we are, at least. But, like, it's really boring background. The progression through the ziggurat isn't very fun. It's just not a good area. Well, now I'm really confused what to do. Maybe we go talk to that mage kid again from last stream. Because we went to the island like he asked us to, so maybe he'll have something for us. Might take a quick cursory glance at a progression guide. See what that'll tell us. If that doesn't give us the answers we need, then we'll probably wrap stream for the day, and I'll figure it out for another stream. I was kind of thinking that we would end up beating the game here. Like, I thought what would happen is we would beat the Bloodless Prince, and either he'd be the final boss, or we would descend down further into the earth from there, and we would fight the final boss after that. But instead, we're stuck in this weird limbo where we beat him and it just kind of loops back onto the ziggurat and it sucks. Whoa, dude grabbed me midair. Okay, we're not making that jump. Good to know that we literally have to buff our weapon if we're gonna kill him in one combo. What is that down there? I have an idea. I think we need the totem again. Which, if that's the case, this area is worse than I thought it was, because that means you have to come back to this totem 3 different times to clear it out properly. 2 is already obnoxious. Please tell me this isn't the proper way. Like, as much as I want to proceed, I really don't want to find out that they actually want you to come back to this totem 3 different times. Come on, grab ledge. There we go. Well, okay. That is not... I don't think that's the way. Could be wrong, but I don't think that's the way. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick look at a guide. If it doesn't become immediately apparent, then we'll probably end stream here. So let me see here. So there's an optional Pitchwoods that we can do. There is something called Siam Lake. The Blackest Vault. Yeah, get Siam Lake to get that. Okay, it's not immediately apparent by looking at the guide, so we will end stream here, and then by next stream I'll have figured out a path for where we need to go, and we will hit it up from there. I believe, so I have tomorrow off again, because I have things that I very much need to do, and then I believe next stream is more Hollow Knight. Just gonna check the schedule real quick. Yes, Friday is Hollow Knight, and we will be attempting to finish the game. Hopefully we do that in one stream. It'll probably be a very long stream if we do, because I'll have to do a lot of trial and error on the boss fights. And then we don't have anything planned for Saturday and Sunday. Might manage to schedule a collab for that. Hopefully I do. That'd be really cool. We might try Tower of Fantasy, and I might do a House Flipper stream on the weekend. We will see, though. Alright. Thank you so much to anyone whom is watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Sorry that you had to witness the grinding for those level ups. I didn't think it would be quite as bad. The myth, the legend. They make a league for people like you, a League of Legends. Well, I actually play a little bit of League. I'm not very obsessed with it, though, and unlike most people, I don't particularly hate the game or hate myself when I play it. Unfortunately, you showed up like right when I'm about to end stream, though. I would keep it open to try to entertain you. However, I'm closing the stream now, an hour early, because I have no idea where to go in the game, and it will take a while for me to figure out looking at guides. So, thank you so much for stopping by, Attack, though. It's really good to see you. I hope to catch one of your streams. And, yeah, I hope you're doing really well today. I'm gonna go ahead and start closing stream up. If you would like to chat, feel free to send me a DM on Discord, though. We have each other added. So, yeah. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much to anyone whom is watching. I'm gonna go ahead and close things up here. Thank you so much.